Hey everyone, and welcome to an episode of the Fast Pass Podcast. And just take a notice here, I'm going totally off script and just going to do this wing it real quick because number one, I want to get to a very special announcement really quick. And two, I'll be straight up and honest with you guys. If you're not aware of the COVID-19 outbreak going on right now, the theme park industry is temporarily closed. Definitely looking forward to them reopening here in the future. But basically, I'm doing this live with no script right now because all the news I've got is basically Walt Disney World Resort supports Central Florida community by donating excess food to Second Harvest Food Bank during temporary closure. Walt Disney World Disneyland Resorts donating surplus food to help local communities. Disneyland Paris donates 15 tons of food to help local communities. So basically, during the temporary closure of the parks worldwide, Disney is donating their food to the communities, and that's a great thing, but that's it. There's a few other things on the Disney Parks blog, but before I get into that, I want to make an announcement. I made a post on my Twitter as well as Facebook at the Fast Pass and the Fast Pass Podcast, respective channels there, saying that I was planning to go live this evening, March 20th at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and right now, and I'm recording this, the time is 7:54. But I figured, there's a lot of you guys that listen on SoundCloud and also listen to on YouTube and so forth. And I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys a chance to know that, hey, that's what I'm going to plan to do. So planning to do it next week sometime, the week of the 23rd. I will definitely be sure to let you guys know either on social media as well as maybe do another mini podcast like this. The goal is to keep this podcast as short as possible because I don't want to ramble. So with that being said, so definitely want to just have a moment to do a live podcast. There's a chat feature. I think I have to share a link. I believe those of you that subscribe, I don't know if it's just if you subscribe through Spreaker. This is all new to me, so definitely wanted to do a live podcast for a while. But I think if you subscribe through Spreaker, you may get a notification, or I think if you subscribe, period. So, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of you that listen and don't follow social media, which is totally fine. The only thing I post on the social media sites is basically, hey, a new episode is up. But for those of you that subscribe through Apple Podcasts and so forth, you get a notification or you check in and hey, there it is. So yeah, with that being said, planning to do that. I'll be sure to hammer in a date, probably leaning towards possibly Friday evening. Eastern time here. I'm in the United States on Eastern time, so it'll be the 7:30, 8 o'clock. I feel like it's a good time, relatively speaking. I know my job, my full-time daytime job has me working from home starting next week, so I'm sure midway, halfway through the week or so, I will need to get rid of some pent-up excitement and energy and so forth. And definitely, just like I said, the chat feature should be open, so we'll be able to chat a little bit. I want to hear about you guys, which, if this has impacted any of your travels and so forth, and how you guys are all doing. So again, planning to do a live podcast next week. Hope that as many of you folks can tune in as possible. I do believe that it does get recorded and archived, so if you can't join us for that, definitely you can listen in. And I don't think I have a very long time to do it either. So I think I only have like 45 minutes of being live. So don't think of it to be a long time. But hey, if you guys like it, might look into doing it more and maybe do a video live stream on like YouTube or something. I don't know. There's a lot that can happen there. So again, trying to keep this as short as possible without rambling. So with that being said, also, Disney news here. There's a video on the blog that was posted yesterday, learning more about your favorite majestic Disney animals. Can't really explain a video to you. And there's some Draw Mickey Mouse at Home with a Disney Parks artist. There's a one-of-a-kind learning experience from Disney Imagineers. I think it's an online learning. It's Imagineering in a Box. I think I've read about that before. So, like I said, not a whole lot of news. Universal news here as well. Pretty sparse, basically. Hey, they're closed. But yeah, basically the idea also with the live podcast will be to not really harp on the bad stuff, but to also look to the future. And, eventually we will get out of this. And I definitely want to give my perspectives and so forth and, help as many people as I can get through this, difficult time. I know we're all experiencing it in a different way. So, definitely a what a time to be alive is what I've been saying. So again, be sure to check out, look out for the podcast going live. Again, may do a mini podcast next week sometime just to announce it again and share it on the social media platforms and so forth. Again, may also do a test live podcast. So we'll see what happens. So again, thanks again for tuning in to this, again, albeit off script podcast, but hey, I guess that's the theme of 2020. So Thanks again, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you here soon on the Fast Pass Podcast.